an enemy stands before you, their intentions clear and unmistakable. You can see them coming. Prepare your defenses and steel yourself against their attacks. Their opposition is overt, allowing you to respond directly and protect yourself. In fact, enemies often serve as catalysts for our growth, pushing us to become stronger, more resilient, and more determined in our pursuits. But a fake friend, they operate in the shadows of our trust. They sit past our defenses, nestling close to our hearts, all while concealing their true intentions. The damage they inflict is often subtle at first, a slow erosion of our confidence, our dreams, and our sense of self-worth. The last time you felt truly betrayed, was it by someone you considered an adversary? Or was it by someone you trusted? Someone you let into your inner circle? The sting of betrayal from a friend cuts deeper than any wound an enemy could inflict. This is the insidious nature of fake friendship. It does not just hurt us externally. It shakes the very foundation of our ability to trust, to connect, to be vulnerable. And in a world where genuine connections are vital to our personal and professional growth, this kind of damage can have far-reaching consequences. Recognizing this truth is not about becoming paranoid or closing ourselves off from new relationships. It's about developing discernment, about understanding the true nature of friendship, and about learning to protect our energy and our dreams without losing our capacity for openness and trust. To truly grasp the impact of fake friends and the importance of genuine connections, let me share a story with you. This is the tale of two entrepreneurs, Julia and Michael, whose paths crossed at a crucial point in their lives. Julia was a brilliant young woman with a vision for a revolutionary eco-friendly product. She had spent years developing her idea, pouring her heart and soul into every detail. Michael, on the other hand, was a charismatic businessman with a track record of successful startups. When Julia and Michael met at a networking event, it seemed like serendipity. Michael was immediately drawn to Julia's passion and the potential of her idea. He showered her with praise, offered invaluable industry insights, and promised to introduce her to potential investors. For Julia, who had been struggling to gain traction in a competitive market, Michael's interest and support felt like a godsend. She opened up to him, sharing not just her business plans, but her fears, her dreams, and her vulnerabilities. Over the next few months, Julia and Michael became inseparable. They worked late into the night, refining Julia's pitch and strategizing about the future. Michael became more than just a business partner. He was a confidant, a mentor, and in Julia's eyes, a true friend. But as the launch date for Julia's product approached, things began to change subtly. Michael started missing meetings, offering vague excuses about other commitments. When he did show up, he often steered conversations away from concrete plans and towards abstract discussions about the industry. Julia, caught up in the whirlwind of pre-launch preparations and still basking in the glow of what she perceived as a supportive friendship, ignored the warning signs. She attributed Michael's changing behavior to stress and continued to trust him implicitly. It was not until the day of a crucial investor meeting that the truth came to light. As Julia prepared to make her pitch, she overheard a conversation that stopped her in her tracks. Michael was in the next room, pitching her idea, her life's work, as his own. The betrayal was devastating. In that moment, Julia felt as though the ground had disappeared beneath her feet. Everything she had worked for, everything she had dreamed of, seemed to crumble in an instant. But the damage went beyond just the potential loss of her business opportunity. Julia's confidence was shattered. She questioned her judgment, her ability to trust, and even the value of her own ideas. The betrayal by someone she considered a close friend left her feeling vulnerable and exposed in a way that no external attack ever could. This right here is the heart of why one fake friend can do more damage than 5 enemies. An enemy attacks from the outside, but a fake friend, they attack from within, using our trust against us, turning our vulnerabilities into weapons. In the weeks that followed, Julia struggled to pick up the pieces. She felt paralyzed, unable to move forward with her business or to trust any offers of help or support. The experience had shaken her to her core, making her question not just her judgment, but her very worth as an entrepreneur and as a person. But here's where the story takes a turn, and where we begin to see the true power of resilience and genuine connections. As news of Michael's betrayal spread through their professional network, something unexpected happened. People Julia had considered mere acquaintances stepped up to offer support. A lawyer offered pro bono services to help protect her intellectual property. A seasoned entrepreneur provided mentorship to help her navigate the aftermath. A group of fellow startups banded together to boycott any projects associated with Michael. Slowly but surely, Julia began to see that while one fake friend had nearly destroyed her dreams, a community of genuine connections was helping to rebuild them. This experience, painful as it was, taught Julia invaluable lessons about discernment, resilience, and the true nature of friendship. She learned to trust her instincts, to value actions over words, and to create boundaries that protected her vision without closing her off to genuine opportunities. Most importantly, Julia learned that true friendship in business and in life is not about constant agreement or endless praise. It's about mutual respect, honesty, and a genuine desire to see each other succeed. How it applies to our own lives. How many of us have experienced a betrayal that left us questioning our judgment? How many of us have allowed the actions of one fake friend to color our perceptions of all relationships? The reality is, fake friends exist in all spheres of life. They're in our workplaces, our social circles, and sometimes even in our families. They come disguised as mentors, confidants, and supporters. Their presence can be so subtle that we often do not realize the damage they're doing until it's too late. The presence of fake friends in our lives is not a curse. It's a challenge, an opportunity for growth, for self-reflection, and for strengthening our discernment. So how do we navigate this treacherous terrain? How do we open ourselves to genuine connections while guarding against those who would exploit our trust? First and foremost, we must cultivate self-awareness, understanding our own values, boundaries, and non-negotiables is crucial when we have a clear sense of who we are and what we stand for. It becomes much harder for others to manipulate or mislead us. This self-awareness acts as an internal compass, guiding us through complex social and professional landscapes. It helps us recognize when something feels off, even if we can't immediately put our finger on why. Secondly, we need to practice discernment. This is not about being cynical or mistrustful, but about paying attention to the subtle cues in people's behavior. Are their words consistently backed up by their actions? Do they celebrate your successes as genuinely as they comfort you in your failures? Do they respect your boundaries and values, even when it's inconvenient for them? Discernment is a skill, and like any skill, it improves with practice. Start by simply observing the people in your life without judgment. Notice patterns in their behavior, their reactions to your successes and failures, the way they treat others when they think no one is watching. Thirdly, we must have the courage to act on our observations. This might mean having difficult conversations, setting firmer boundaries, or even walking away from relationships that no longer serve our growth. It's not easy, but it's necessary for our personal evolution. Every relationship in your life is a mirror, reflecting back aspects of yourself that you might not otherwise see. The fake friends, as painful as their presence might be, are showing you where you need to strengthen your boundaries, where you need to trust yourself more deeply. Why do we sometimes allow fake friends to remain in our lives even when we sense something is off? Often it's because they're fulfilling a need, perhaps for validation, for a sense of belonging, or for the illusion of support. Recognizing this can be a powerful step towards healing and growth. The goal is not to eliminate all challenging relationships from your life. Some tension, some disagreement. Even some conflict can be healthy when it comes from a place of mutual respect and genuine care. The key is distinguishing between relationships that challenge you to grow and those that undermine your very foundation. The people in your life who have truly supported your growth, chances are they're not the ones who always agree with you or constantly sing your praises. They're the ones who tell you the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. They're the ones who believe in your potential so much that they're willing to risk your momentary displeasure to help you see a larger truth. These are your true allies, your real friends. They're the ones who will stand by you when the fake friends have long since disappeared, chasing their next opportunity for personal gain. Resilience is key when it comes to dealing with fake friends and betrayal. It's essential to focus on how we recover from these experiences and grow stronger as a result. Resilience is not about never feeling hurt or disappointed. It's about how quickly we can bounce back, how effectively we can learn from the experience, and how we use that knowledge to build a stronger, more authentic life. Developing resilience starts with self-compassion. It's easy to beat ourselves up after being betrayed by a fake friend. We might braid ourselves for not seeing the signs, for being too trusting, for allowing ourselves to be vulnerable. But this self-criticism only compounds the damage. Instead, treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a good friend who had been through a similar experience. Acknowledge the pain. Allow yourself to feel it fully, but do not let it define you. Next, focus on what you control. You can't change the actions of a fake friend, but you can control how you respond to the situation. Use the experience as a catalyst for personal growth. What can you learn from this? How can it make you stronger, wiser, more discerning? Remember Julia from our story. She could have allowed Michael's betrayal to crush her dreams permanently. Instead, she used it as a springboard for growth. She learned to trust her instincts, to create clearer boundaries, and to value genuine connections over surface-level charm. Resilience also involves reframing our experiences. Instead of seeing betrayal by a fake friend as a personal failure, view it as a harsh but valuable lesson in human nature. It's an opportunity to refine your judgment, to clarify your values, and to appreciate the true friends in your life even more deeply. Moreover, resilience is about maintaining hope and openness. The actions of one fake friend do not negate the possibility of genuine, supportive relationships. In fact, often it's through contrast with fake friends that we come to truly appreciate and recognize authentic connections. As you build your resilience, remember that seeking support is not a sign of weakness, but of wisdom. Whether it's through trusted friends, family, or professional counseling, having a support system can make all the difference in navigating the complex emotions that come with betrayal and in rebuilding your sense of trust. How do we move forward, knowing that the potential for betrayal exists in any relationship? How do we remain open to new connections without becoming paranoid or overly guarded? The answer lies in balance. We must find the middle ground between naive trust and crippling suspicion. This balance is achieved through self-confidence, clear boundaries, and a willingness to take calculated risks. Self-confidence is your first line of defense against fake friends. When you truly know your worth, when you are secure in your values and your path, you become less susceptible to manipulation and false flattery. You do not need constant validation from others because you have a strong internal compass guiding you. Building self-confidence is not about becoming arrogant or closed off. It's about developing a deep, unshakable belief in your own value and potential. It's about recognizing that your worth is not determined by the opinions or actions of others, even those you consider friends. Clear boundaries are equally important. These aren't walls designed to keep people out, but rather guidelines that define how you expect to be treated and what you will and won't tolerate in your relationships. When your boundaries are clear and consistently enforced, fake friends often reveal themselves quickly, unable to maintain their facade in the face of your self-respect. Setting boundaries can feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you are not used to it. But remember, healthy boundaries are not just for your protection, they're a gift to your relationships. They create clarity, foster mutual respect, and lay the groundwork for deeper, more authentic connections. And finally, the willingness to take calculated risks. Because here's the truth. If you want to experience deep, meaningful connections, you must be willing to be vulnerable. You must be willing to open your heart, knowing that yes, you might get hurt, but also knowing that the potential for genuine friendship, love, and growth is worth the risk. This is where discernment comes into play. It's about being wise, not fearful. It's about paying attention to patterns, to consistency between words and actions, to how people treat others when they think no one is watching. I challenge you to view every relationship, past, present, and future, as an opportunity for growth, even the painful ones. Perhaps especially painful ones have something valuable to teach you. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can it make me stronger, wiser, more compassionate? How can I use this knowledge to create more authentic connections in the future? The goal is not to eliminate all difficult people from your life. That's neither possible nor desirable. The goal is to develop the strength, wisdom, and self-awareness to navigate all types of relationships effectively. In doing so, you will find that the power of one fake friend to do damage diminishes, not because fake friends cease to exist, but because you become too strong, too centered, too discerning to be deeply shaken by their actions. As you cultivate this strength and wisdom, you will likely find that you attract more genuine connections into your life, like attracts like. And as you become more authentic, you will naturally draw authentic people towards you. But perhaps most importantly, you will develop a deeper, more compassionate understanding of human nature. You will see that often those who betray us are acting out of their own pain, their own insecurities, their own unmet needs. This understanding does not excuse their actions, but it can free you from the burden of bitterness and resentment. As we navigate the complex landscape of human relationships, it's crucial to remember that authenticity is our greatest ally. In a world where social media often encourages us to present carefully curated versions of ourselves, where professional networking can sometimes feel like a game of strategy rather than genuine connection, staying true to who we are becomes both a challenge and a superpower. Authenticity acts as a natural filter, repelling those who seek to use us for their own gain and attracting those who resonate with our true selves. When we show up authentically in our relationships, we create a space for others to do the same. This mutual vulnerability becomes the foundation for deep, meaningful connections that can withstand the test of time and adversity. But authenticity requires courage. It means being willing to show our imperfections, to admit when we do not have all the answers, to stand firm in our convictions even when it's unpopular. It means being honest about our needs, our boundaries, and our expectations in relationships. This level of honesty can be scary. It opens us up to potential rejection or criticism, but it also opens the door to relationships built on mutual respect, understanding, and genuine care. You will likely find that your circle of friends may change. Some relationships may fall away as you become less willing to compromise your values or tolerate disrespect. But the relationships that remain and the new ones you form will be stronger, more fulfilling, and more aligned with your true self. Authenticity is not about being perfect. It's about being real. It's about showing up as your full self, with all your strengths and weaknesses, your dreams and fears, your brilliance and your flaws. In the context of our discussion about fake friends, authenticity becomes a powerful tool for discernment. When you are being authentic, it becomes easier to recognize when others are not. The disconnect between their words and actions, their promises and their follow-through becomes more apparent. Your authenticity can serve as an inspiration to others. By being true to yourself, you give others permission to do the same. You create a ripple of authenticity that can transform your personal and professional relationships. The role of forgiveness. This might seem counterintuitive. Why should we consider forgiving someone who has betrayed our trust, who has used our vulnerabilities against us? Forgiveness, in this context, is not about condoning harmful actions or allowing to keep people back into your life, but it's about freeing yourself from the emotional burden of resentment and anger. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself, not to the person who hurt you. It's a conscious decision to release the hold that a negative experience has on your life and your future. When we hold on to anger and bitterness towards fake friends who have betrayed us, we inadvertently allow them to continue influencing our lives long after they're gone. This emotional baggage can color our perceptions of new relationships, making it difficult to trust and connect authentically with others. Forgiveness does not happen overnight. It's a process, often a lengthy and challenging one. There will be days when the pain feels fresh, when the anger resurfaces. This is normal and part of the healing journey. The key is to acknowledge these feelings without letting them dictate your actions or cloud your judgment. That is important to separate the act of forgiving from the idea of reconciliation. Forgiving someone does not mean you have to welcome them back into your life or trust them again. It simply means you are choosing to let go of the negative emotions associated with their actions. This distinction is crucial. It allows you to move forward without compromising your boundaries or putting yourself at risk of further harm. You can forgive a fake friend while still choosing to keep them out of your life. Forgiveness also does not mean forgetting. The lessons you have learned from your experience with fake friends are valuable. They've shaped your understanding of human nature, sharpened your discernment, contributed to your personal growth. Forgiveness allows you to retain these lessons without carrying the weight of negative emotions. You may find that it becomes easier over time. This is not because the actions of fake friends hurt less, but because you become more resilient, more centered in your own worth, and less shaken by the actions of others. Moreover, the act of forgiveness can be a powerful catalyst for personal transformation. It requires us to dig deep, to examine our own motivations and reactions, and to choose a path of growth over one of bitterness. In forgiving others, we often find that we become more compassionate, not just towards others, but also towards ourselves. This self-compassion is a crucial component of healing from the damage inflicted by fake friends. It allows us to acknowledge our pain without judgment, to learn from our experiences without self-recrimination, and to move forward with greater wisdom and strength. As we cultivate forgiveness and self-compassion, we create space for new, healthier relationships to flourish. We approach new connections with a balance of openness and discernment, ready to embrace genuine friendships while being better equipped to recognize and avoid fake ones. Now turn our attention to the power of community in overcoming the damage caused by fake friends. While one fake friend can indeed do more damage than 5 enemies, a network of genuine connections can provide a powerful antidote to this harm. Building a supportive community does not happen by chance. It requires intentionality, effort, and a willingness to be vulnerable. It means actively seeking out people who share your values, who support your growth, and who challenge you to become the best version of yourself. This community can take many forms. It might include family members, longtime friends, mentors, colleagues, or even new acquaintances who resonate with your authentic self. The key is to cultivate relationships based on mutual respect, shared values, and genuine care for each other's well-being. A strong community acts as a buffer against the damage of fake friends. When you are surrounded by people who truly know and value you, the opinions and actions of those who seek to undermine you carry less weight. Your community becomes a mirror reflecting your true worth, helping you maintain perspective even in the face of betrayal or disappointment. A supportive community can provide practical help in times of need. They can offer advice, share resources, or simply lend a listening ear when you are processing difficult emotions. In the aftermath of betrayal by a fake friend, this kind of support can be invaluable in helping you rebuild your confidence and trust. Building such a community requires vulnerability and courage. It means being willing to share your true self, including your struggles and fears. It means reaching out for help when you need it and being there for others when they're in need. You will likely find that they create a positive feedback loop. The more you invest in authentic relationships, the more you will attract people who value authenticity. This can lead to a gradual but profound shift in your social and professional circles. Surrounding you with people who uplift and inspire you, though that even within a supportive community, it's important to maintain your individuality and boundaries. Healthy relationships, whether friendships or professional connections, should enhance your life without demanding that you compromise your values or sense of self. Consider the long-term impact of choosing authenticity and discernment in our relationships. The path we have discussed of self-awareness, resilience, forgiveness, and community building is not an easy one. It requires constant effort, self-reflection, and courage. But the rewards of this journey are immeasurable. By learning to navigate the complex landscape of human relationships with wisdom and authenticity, you are not just protecting yourself from fake friends. You are creating a life rich in meaningful connections, personal growth, and positive impact. The ripple effects of your choices, when you choose to live authentically, to forgive rather than harbor resentment, to build genuine connections rather than superficial networks, you are not just changing your own life, you are influencing everyone around you. You are setting an example for others to follow, creating spaces where authenticity is valued and genuine connections can flourish. In a world that often seems to prioritize image over substance, where social media can create the illusion of connection without its depth, your commitment to genuine relationships becomes a radical act. It's a statement about what you value, about the kind of world you want to create. You see every conversation, every relationship as an opportunity to practice understanding, to express your authentic self, to forgive, an opportunity to grow and create the kind of genuine connections that not only enrich your life but also contribute to making it more authentic. Compassionate world. The power to shape your relational world lies within you. It's not about controlling others or avoiding all potential hurt. It's about becoming so grounded in your own worth, so clear in your values, so committed to genuine connection, that fake friends lose their power to truly damage you. You have within you the strength to weather any storm, the wisdom to learn from every experience, and the capacity to forge lasting, meaningful relationships. Trust in that strength. Believe in that wisdom. And never underestimate the power of your own authenticity. I want you to take a moment to reflect on your own journey. Think about the fake friends you have encountered, the lessons you have learned, the genuine connections you have forged. Consider how far you have come. And envision the relationships you want to cultivate moving forward. You are on a lifelong journey of growth and self-discovery. Embrace it, learn from it. And know that with every step, every choice to prioritize authenticity and genuine connection, you are becoming more powerfully, beautifully you. The path ahead may not always be easy. There will be challenges, moments of doubt, perhaps even more encounters with fake friends. But you now have the tools, the awareness, and the inner strength to navigate these waters with grace and wisdom. One fake friend may do more damage than 5 enemies, but one genuine connection, one authentic relationship has the power to heal, inspire, and transform your life in ways you might never have imagined. So go forth with courage, with discernment, and with an open heart. Cultivate those genuine connections. Be that authentic friend to others. Create ripples of positivity and authenticity in your world. For in doing so, you not only enrich your own life, but contribute to a more genuine, compassionate world for all. Thank you for your attention, your openness, and your willingness to engage with these challenging ideas. May you leave here today with renewed clarity, strength, and purpose, ready to create a life filled with authentic connections and profound personal growth. The power is in your hands.